Welcome, dear young budding geographers and friends. Today, in this session, we will be attempting to know about the composition and structure of atmosphere, Chapter 8 of Fundamentals of Geography. Let us begin with a question. Can a person live without air? Well, the answer is certainly not. We eat food 2 or 3 times a day and drink water more frequently, but breathe every few seconds. You know, dear children, air is essential for the survival of all organisms. Some organisms, like human beings, may survive for time without food and water, but cannot survive even a few minutes without breathing air. This shows the reason why we should understand the atmosphere in great detail. Well, do you know what is atmosphere? Atmosphere contains life-giving gases like oxygen for human beings and animals and carbon dioxide for plants. Did you know that the air is an integral part of Earth's mass and 99% of the total mass of the atmosphere is confined to the height of 32 kilometers from the Earth's surface? The air is colorless and odorless and can be felt only when it blows. Dear students, let us now understand the composition of the atmosphere. The atmosphere is composed of solid, liquid and gases. The atmosphere is composed of gases, water vapor and dust particles. The proportion of gases changes in the higher layers of the atmosphere in such a way that oxygen will be almost in negligible quantity at the height of 120 kilometers. Similarly, carbon dioxide and water vapor are found only up to 90 kilometers from the surface of the Earth. Carbon dioxide is meteorologically a very important gas, as it is transparent to the incoming solar radiation, but opaque to the outgoing terrestrial radiation. It absorbs a part of the terrestrial radiation and reflects back some part of it towards the Earth's surface. It is largely responsible for the greenhouse effect. The composition of atmosphere has a mixture of gases. The volume of other gases is constant, but the volume of carbon dioxide has been rising in the past few decades, mainly because of burning of fossil fuels. Do you know this has also increased the temperature of the air? Ozone is another important component of the atmosphere, which is found between 10 and 50 kilometers above the Earth's surface, and ozone acts as a filter and absorbs the ultraviolet rays radiating from the sun and prevents them reaching the surface of the Earth. Dear students, can you imagine what will happen to us in the absence of ozone in the atmosphere? Try to find out about the impact of ozone depletion. As you know, water vapor is also a variable gas in the atmosphere, which decreases with altitude. In the warm and wet tropics, water vapor may account for 4% of the air by volume, while in the dry and the cold areas of deserts and polar regions, it may be less than 1% of the air. Water vapor also decreases from the equator towards the poles. Water vapor also decreases from the equator towards the poles, and do you know that it is an important component of the atmosphere, as it also absorbs parts of insulation from the sun and preserves the Earth's radiated heat. It thus acts like a blanket, allowing the Earth neither to become too cold nor too hot. Water vapor also contributes to the stability and instability of the air. Composition of the atmosphere. It also consists of dust particles. Atmosphere has a sufficient capacity to keep small solid particles. Do you know as what are the sources of these dust particles? These dust particles are generally concentrated in the lower layers of the atmosphere, yet the convectional air currents may transport them to great heights. The higher concentration of dust particles is found in subtropical and temperate regions due to the dry winds in comparison to equatorial and polar regions. Dust and salt particles act as hygroscopic nuclei around which water vapor condenses to produce clouds. Dear students, hope this was a great learning session to understand the composition of the atmosphere. We will meet soon to learn about the structure of the atmosphere.